Hey guys, David with Grime Guard Softwash here. Just wanted to do a full rig tour, a full trailer tour, if you will, of my rig, what we got going on, the plans that we got going, how we're gonna move forward into the season. It is a beautiful day, so I figured this would be a better day than any to do. It's a little windy. You see my hair is jacked up. It's actually a Sunday. It's May 1st, 2nd, something like that, 2026. But I wanted to go over and show you the rig itself, which is in there, the truck, and we're going to go over everything, show you what we got, because I get a lot of questions, people asking what's this, you know, on Facebook. I'm new to YouTube for this. I'm going to show you guys what's going on. I'm going to spin the camera around and we're going to get it on. First things first, we're going to go over the rig itself. That is my other company. For those that don't know, I own a coatings company. We do garage floors, polyaspartic, epoxy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're missing one other trailer too, but you guys are here for the actual rig itself. Rag down, we'll pick that up. But this is a 2009 Chevy Avalanche. I chose a vehicle that had very sleek sides. I know there's a bunch different, but this is the Grime Guard design that we did. This one is cool because it has the sides, but it also has the storage in here. You know what I mean? So don't mind the monster. That's my stuff that gets me going. But these are cool because you can put your masks down in here, your wands, your gloves, your extra stuff. So you have storage. I'm gonna plop this. And it's also cool because this is completely closed, hard top, but you can store your things in here. So all I keep is my little extra signs in here, extra tools, pump sprayers, things like that. Scrubber, my carbon fiber pole, just little things. My gloves, they fell behind there. But we're gonna get to the actual rig itself, okay? So this is a 7x14 aluminum trailer. This was completely bare when I got it. It did have wood plank floor. So because I own the coating company, we went ahead, and I'll start here first for you. So the thing that we did was put our Grime Guard colors, which if you can see, the navy, the aqua, the lime green, that's all inside of there. I'm actually gonna cut the lights on. I figured the sun would be enough, but it's not. So I wanted to start from the bottom up. So we went ahead and did the Grime Guard colors there. We started there, and then the next thing we did was start with the frame. So we needed to get, everything on this is custom. So this is all 2x2 aluminum. And then we have, just like most people's stuff that we have, you have to get signage where you can. So I had these custom mades by signs.com. These are 18 inches tall, and this spans 7 foot across. So I don't believe in big lists. I don't believe in big, like I've told you guys before, I don't believe in, putting house wash, soft wash, doing gutters. We clean that. Go to my website, call us, and you'll find out what it is. So this goes all the way around. The front and the back are the same. Your home is next. The back says that. The sides are the same thing. Soft on homes, hard on grime. That's our motto. But we built this, and what this is, dual purpose. So it holds that, but it's also ladder racks. So we have our 28 footer here. We're missing our 22. Don't know where it's at. And this is just a little giant King Kong bow. This goes up to 13 foot. It also has a little ladder, gutter. But anyway, it holds here. I'm using Titan straps for everything, of course, blue and green. So this goes all the way around. We also have a surface cleaner. I have a whisper wash too that's not attached, but this is super tight on here. We're gonna get a rack for it, but the sandwich board, that sign you saw on the back goes here. We did modify this, so this used to be completely up. Now, if you notice here, the wind went ahead and ripped the back sign off. I do have another one. I believe it's here. Yeah, it's somewhere back here, but we have another one. That's actually, there it is. So I have one more that it ripped off. I didn't realize when we built this that when the wind whips through here, because there wasn't enough, you know, our 45s that we put, so we need to build a frame across here and block this off so the wind doesn't get it. And then we had a gentleman build this gigantic sign for us on the back, little QR code. So we have the signage covered so we look professional, but we're gonna start, I guess, since we're in the rear, and I'm gonna give you guys the onslaught of what we have here. So the 3 reels, 22-inch, half-inch Titan. We do not, if you notice, this only for storage, so the swivels are completely gone off of there. These are just for storage, like I said. So something we did was I put cam lock. So for, this is the garden hose, 200 foot Flexzilla broken into 100 foot sections. So if I only need 100 foot, you get it. I just plug into here. So this is a cam lock. Cam lock goes through into my tank, fills it up. There's a Hudson float valve. I have a 100 foot tank here, and I have a 50 gallon tank here. And these are Siamesed together, and then those split off to feed the rest. This is getting an upgrade. This is a 26 gallon of SH. Is not enough. So we're gonna be going with 55 on top of that. So we're gonna have like 80 gallons. We have a little baby 8 gallon. I think these are all Romotech. That's an 8 gallon surfactant. And this is just in case I was running short. I always keep some extra SH just in case, but we do try to get filled up. But if it's kind of far away, we're not doing it. But anyway, 22-inch Titan holds 200 foot easily. Like I can fit another 200 foot. Cam lock mount. I bought these elbows, these 90s. Just, it's passed through, bolted really tight in there. Cam lock with the rubber washer just to keep it nice and tight. And then just, you know, a 90. And this is all 1-inch line going here. So I have that one. I have only an 18, but we only carry, or we're running half-inch. So it's much smaller, but we can fit quite a bit. So this is an 18-inch Dominator, only because it's hard as hell, at least at the time of this recording or when I built this rig. Nobody was carrying the Titans, so had to make it work with what I got. So 18-inch Dominator, which is just fine. Again, it's just for storage. And this is another 22-inch Titan, just for storage, for 200 foot of 3/4. This is Rampage. Just fantastic hose. Just takes a beating and keeps on eating. Again, just for storage, but we are close to capacity here. I will show you guys what we had to do because if you're not using this and actually hooking up and you can't use a 45 street elbow, we had to build something custom to make this wrap. So, but the same thing here, cam lock for the hose. Now this, you have to unroll the whole thing because most of the time you're gonna need 150. It seems like if we had a hose like that length, it'd be good, but we roll the whole thing out, kabloom, cam lock to here, pressure washer. We did these in 100 foot sections, so you can see she's right here. And then there's the other piece right here underneath. But that just goes into the fitting here, which comes from our bypass right there. So it's a chemical injector bypass, which runs, you see from the pressure washer. We have a remote valve that we had. I built a custom box, so I'll show you. That just goes to the chemical injector here, which we are upgrading to a sud sucker. And I'm gonna be doing a check valve coming off of here as well to get a little bit more oomph out of it. This stays closed almost all the time. So for those that don't know, this bypass, this loop, if you will, goes around, and the flow itself actually goes up, over and around and pushes the chemical through. And that turns on, so we can do that from a remote that we have. This is the box that I built. Inside of it is just a simple little motor. Turns the light on as well. I'll show all this stuff working, but this is all loomed in. Everything I try to keep as clean as possible. So even with our wire looms, that's our little ball valve, but everything ran tight as we could. Mounted into here. This is my little battery housing. So I'll show you what we got first. It's not as tight, but 24 volt Epic battery, the tender there with the reader. So keeps all of our power going, keeps the lights on, if you will. And as we move around, we have our storage here that keeps most of my stuff. Pop-up cones, life-changing. You have to put cones when you go out, be safe. I have a theme, a weird thing with trying to do color, so green, blue. It's always gonna be like on brand. This is another like bougie ass thing that most people are gonna give me shit for, but I don't care. I carry a tool belt with me. Keeps my extensions, keeps my turbo nozzles, my extra tips in there, my J-rod, my sunglasses, and I keep my stucco vinyl tape to do property protection while I'm going around. Then just my blue gun with a M5 twist, a couple extra jugs, nothing crazy. And then garbage bags, rags, like little minor things, extra gloves, all that. So I keep that for storage. And moving around, Bandit. This is just a medium boy. This is a 5.5 gallon GX 390 with a Comet pump. This is just a regular unloader. Bypass is going zoop, right to there. This runs right to my bypass like I showed you, or to my chemical bypass. There's the remote valve, sorry, got a brain fart. And then there's a look at the action. Of course, I went with blue because that's what I did, and whatever. There's red on it, it is what it is. Something you'll notice when I build my chemical injector there, quick connect. So I can take this off, unscrew the chemical line, which runs right to there. But I like to have the availability to change those quick. I keep spares in that box right there. So that's a 2.1 on there. I keep a 2.3. I am changing to the Sud Sucker just because I want a little bit more flow. We stay a little cooler up here, but is what it is. But if you see, I try to keep everything as neat as I can. I didn't run anything up, which I wanted to. I thought it was just a waste of hose, but everything's direct. 1 inch to everything except for the actual chemical, which is only a quarter. I don't need to draw much more than that. The soap to that one. Now, 1 inch from this to that, but I meant to say soap. Soap from here to there is 1/4 inch. I'm not pulling as much to that, so not a big deal. As we move around, so that's neither here nor there. It's just that I do have, actually, I will show you this, something cool. So I have the fuel cell that I bought. It needs a pump to push the pressure up to here, which I had it, which it's right there. So I had the fuel filter. When I built it, I forgot that it needed a fuel pump to lift it up to here. So I disconnected it here. All I did is, so I just fill these. These last quite a few hours. I can get probably 4 hours out of this tank. What I did was just buy, of course, a blue gas can. And I have this transfer pump that was on Amazon for like 30, 40 bucks. This clips off here and you can fill. You simply just press a button on and it starts pumping and fills this. You don't ever have to remove this. It stays heavy, but you don't have to touch it ever. So something cool just to think about if you didn't want to do this, which that's literally just holding the floor down right now because I'm not using it. I refuse to put more wiring into this thing just because I don't want to. We're in the middle of the season and I'm not doing it. So we swang on around here. So that is my pressure washer that I do my downstreaming with, the majority of the work. This is coming the fuck off. But this is a Sweet 16 from SE Softwash. This is supposed to be 16 gallons a minute. These, they work fine. This is their batch buster, whatever. These are 1 inch, 1 inch for the bleach, and then 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch for the soap itself. Seems like it draws way too much, and this thing just doesn't give me the oomph that I thought. So I have ordered a Comet P40 with a Honda 200 that's coming. That's on the way. I'm changing this completely out. So this whole section is going to be removed. I'm going to have to rewire or take the wires out because it's unnecessary when you do a, now you can't do electric. Anyway, I'm not going to get into all that. But this whole thing is going to come out. So I'm going to have a big void here, which I'm not going to like. But I'm not going to throw it away because this is multiple thousands of dollars. It does work. It's just air leaks, and if it's not this and that, and it seems like it's drawing way too much bleach. So this is going to be coming out. And this I'll save for another skid build that I'll do for trucks, like a little quick detail touch up. But that's coming out of here too. But when we did build it, like it's built right, they send me this stuff. This is all put together when I got it. So it's all pretty much airtight. We did all the wiring for it. If we go under here, see it's all loomed. I did 6 gauge and 8 gauge. That runs all the way down through there. So it's all wired nice. 1 inch suction. I did a T right there. So it splits off and it's a direct up through it. So when you go up through here, everything went in there really nice. So it's all clean, which is the way that I like it. It's all hose down. We do have a banjo here. So if I don't want to run pressure washer, that's the feed line for pressure washing. I can shut it off there. I do have one right here, which is wide open. I was draining. Every time I leave a job, we do not tote the water. There's no point. But that's a hand wash, a drain, and all of that. So everything I try to keep clean, but I just wanted to show kind of the features that we have here. These are wireless brake lights that do not work, and I need to figure out. They only turn on and off. No brake lights, but we're figuring it out. But as you see, bulkhead, banjo, or Hudson float valve in there, something I didn't think of when I Siamese these two together. This fills before that. So this tends to overflow, shoot out. So I've ordered a Hudson float valve for this as well. So I'm gonna just junk a hole down in there, a bulkhead, and put a Hudson float valve just so it stops, and those two won't have a difference. So this will never get above this level or fairly close to it. You know, this will fill, and then that'll go up to about yay high here. So, but yeah, this is not enough SH for me. 26 gallons, severely underestimated what it was doing. You know, that's why I carry those. But also, it may have something to do with this, some suction problems. There's a bunch that I looked into. Just gonna ixnay electric. I think it's came a long way from where it's at. I know I could do a 7-gallon Rimco or whatever. I'm getting away from the electric for now. This will just go onto another truck. We'll do a skid build, but we're gonna either I gotta find a place for the pressure washer, but we hand built everything on here. So I may put here or may go there. I'll figure it out. But we built the stands for this, and all this is now we ain't no fabricators. I bought these 2x2 posts. These are aluminum as well. We bolted them through. We did pass-throughs. I do need to get a welder to smack these together, but it's all braced 45s, and we did complete pass-throughs through here, so it's structured. So we build it to the best of our ability. We brought those down so we have more places to screw, and we left those up so we have an extension, you know, so the ladders won't slide off on that way. But all these are just 2x2s with elbows that you can screw into, post it to the ground with, we do marine adhesive that goes down to there. So we built all the platforms for these. So these are just floating, obviously. And then, like I said, we build them so they have platform, pressure washer, platform. We used all the space that we had. I wanted to try to keep it as clean as we could. And I think we did a pretty decent job, even for the fuel cell. Kind of built rails for it so it can be off the ground. This one with a pressure washer, nice and flush. So when I didn't upgrade for the electric, F that, they can just pull it, but it's right here at hand level, so it's perfect. You're not having to bend down, you're not having to lift up, so I think it's nice, perfect flush with the rail here, so it's nice. Yeah, we may put the other one here, the Comet, so we're right here by the tanks. Because what's gonna happen is that 55 gallon that we got here, I'm probably gonna yank this one out, the 100 gallon. That 50 is gonna become the bleach tank. That 26 will become the soap tank. And then that will be an auxiliary tank if we need to spray degreaser, or we have to do some Cleansol BC or something like that. So these are gonna move, and I'll do 2 of those 55 gallon tall boys in the back, Siamese together. This is gonna go bye-bye, because I'm gonna show you a little hiccup. And I wanna tell you guys, when you're building, measure twice, cut once for a reason. So this does have a small leak in it. It doesn't affect it. I'm still able to never run out of water. But that was the original hole for the bulkhead. I personally did this, so I'm not gonna blame it on one of the guys. But I thought it was in there. It was just, if you look, it's like about 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch too low. So I had to patch it. It's not good enough. There's pressure, obviously. So the bulkhead's behind it. So this leaks. I wanna get rid of it. It's gonna come out of there. I'll try to keep what I can. The hoses I'll try to keep. You know, the drop sticks I'll keep, all that stuff, but I want to get rid of that. This will become 2 of these, which will be 110 gallons, not quite 150, but we don't really like blow through that much. So I'm going to keep those, and then we'll have 50 gallons. So this will take about the same footprint as it is, but this is just going to be replaced. I don't like the fact that there's bulkheads, but I'm just going to have to seal them off. When I purchased these, they were like they are. I know eventually these are going to leak out. Okay, so you should never have a bulkhead with your SH. I don't utilize it, it's completely blocked. This one, Does have an attachment, but I'm just gonna have to completely shut her down. But that's the rig build. Like I said, I tried to do it as nice as we could, clean. I'm very big on getting attention when I'm doing things, and I'm a real big stickler to color and making sure that the brand is the brand. So when they see the colors, they think of us. So it's just something to think about. I do want to go in depth with marketing with you guys if I can, 'cause something I do well if I do anything is marketing. The whisper wash that I have is going to replace this, and it's a blue whisper wash 19 inch. That's a 20 inch because I'm only running a 5.5. What is it, 4 inches per gallon. So I'm staying well under what I need, but that's the rig. You know, let me know if you guys have any more questions on what to do. Next time you see it, this will be replaced. Like I said, I'm gonna be building a box to fix this so it will not come off ever again. But yeah, like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys wanna know, and I will help you guys out the best that I can. Do a lot of research. I will give you any links that I can. I know some of the guys are like, oh, do it yourself. That's what we're here for. We're trying to help give you ideas of where to get things, what to do, how to do it, just because I know how tough it is when you get to this industry and a lot of people just show you their stuff. So just ask away in the comments. I will help out where I can, and that's about it. I'll go in depth on, I want to show what do you need for these people that are just getting started, because a lot don't realize the things that we need, and I'm going to help you guys out. So like I said, let me know. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.